It is late model time. Pace truck is in. We're ready to go. 60 laps. Green flag. The roar rumbles in Wake County.
Absolutely. The number H1 of Brandon Hobbs going to lead the way on his outside with the number 51.5. That'll be Corey Walker. They'll stay stacked side by side. It's going to be 3 wide coming out of 4.
Wow. Somebody better lift there, Chaz. It looks like Jones Sausage Road there for a minute in 5 a.m. morning traffic or rush hour traffic, and they bump and bang. But Van Cunnen got a bump to Matthews, and they still saved it out of 4.
A couple of accordion cars, the number 50, the number 63, bent up hoods, but they're good to go. No one's spinning, no one's sitting to the wall. I wasn't sure. I thought someone was going to spin it.
There's that car you were mentioning, pulling in behind the wall, the black car.
That is Shotgun Miller pulling in. I guess problem's not continuing to persist for that black, unlabeled black car.
And by the way, Joe Fitzgerald, normally in the number 12, Kevin Jeffries is in that car tonight. And the driver of the number 12 in a carry, putting Jeffries in that machine now. Here we go now. Battle heating up for the lead out of turn 4.
Clay Jones on the inside of the number 51.5 of Corey Walker. He's going to look to take the lead coming off of turn 2, and he'll do just that. Set sail for Clay Jones.
Trouble, turn number 2. We got some cars that are spun around. And the yellow flag will wave as the field starts to settle down here in the first turn. And we just saw that pass for the lead. And I love short track racing, and we love the late models. And we are back to green flag here. Well, bottle up the traffic out of turn number 2. Somebody better lift.
The number 51.5 and the number 51 baiting and banging coming out of turn 4. The number 51 of Ethan Johnson going to take your lead. I have a feeling, though, that the 51.5 didn't like the way he did it. He might feed him a fender going into 3. Does just that. Bumps him up. Ooh, they're loose.
Wow.
Loose out of 4.
And by the way, I am also a big fan of short track racing. Bump and bang him, and that's what they're doing. They're just like Rock'em Sock'em robots in a jet coliseum going at it. There are 3-4 cars coming off of turn number 4. Here comes now the 51. Give the lead now back to the driver of Ethan Johnson.
Matthews in the
wall. Matthews slams the concrete out of turn number 2. Corey Walker with the assist on the inside of the lead in the 1.
Tyler Matthews trying to be sneaky on the outside. It was working. He had the second spot, but the number 51.5 and the number 51 just sliding up, put him in the wall, and now he's back to 4th. But he hasn't given up on that top side. Trying to work it.
Got to check and see, Chaz, how much damage is on the 63 machine of Mr. Richlands, North Carolina, Tyler Matthews. And we got one jumping up over the top of another car. Todd Langdon gets into it with Daniel Van Cannon. He was in the back. He's off the pace. Back straightaway. No caution, though. Not yet. Not yet. He might stall in 3. We might see a Denny's Grand Slam caution, and there it is in turn number 3. It started in turn number 2 a moment ago, Chaz Watable. We saw Todd Langdon, literally the 50 of Daniel Van Cannon, the driver at a Fuquay Arena, drove over the right rear of the car. You want to talk about wheel hop in the sprint car world? That's exactly what just happened, is he drove over the front right side of that car. Or the rear right. That's exactly what happened from a different story, if you will, different sides of the spectrum. But one thing for certain, the 50 out of Fuquay Arena is out of this race. We're 10 laps in, 50 to go, and we're still a lot of late model racing left to go here in the Bandit Towing 180 for the Leith Cars late models. And look at Walker pulling away.
I'll tell you what, only 11 laps in, but you would think that there was 11 laps left. The beating, the banging,
yes, sir.
The fender feeding. Just a frenzy of late model short track racing here at Wake County Speedway.
2 and 3 wide racing at that, man. It looked like, it's our colleague and Mr. Promoter Charlie Hansen says, it looks like Jones Sausage Road, 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. I had to go through them shenanigans to get here this afternoon. Man, it'll give you a headache. And right now, Troll, look out, boy. There's Zachary Marks with a save in the 17.
Absolutely. Got loose going into the corner. Almost looked like he was going to loop it, but locks it down between 1 and 2 and keeps it in line.
And that was in the 6th position. And that's bottleneck the traffic behind him of Holden Haddock, Mason Ford, and Brandon Hobbs. And all those drivers now fighting and clawing for position inside the top 10. Battle for the lead out of 4.
Don't look now. Clay Jones on the inside of the number 51.5 of Corey Walker. They're battling side by side. Walker has good drive off the corner, but Clay Jones able to stick it drive it and dive it into the corner just a little bit better. Clay
Yes,
Jones going to take the lead.
Look
Coming
at Clay.
across.
Clay Jones inside, got that move, and he is officially now the new leader. Chaz, he won the inaugural race of the year, and now he is back up in front, the number 15. Walker now, you got to think, save your tires, be patient, wait. Still a long time to go in this race, mind you, 17 of 60.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of patience to this point thus far. Looks like we're finally going to go single file, tick off some laps. But that number 63 of Tyler Matthews not giving up, takes another position from the number 51 of Ethan Johnson. Ethan Johnson not giving up, going to dive back to the inside. Oh, gives him a fender!
Oh, he got him sideways and saved it!
Wow.
Wow, Ethan Johnson gave a shove there to the left side, the left rear of the 63 of Matthews. Man, I'm going to tell you, Chaz, they're using Tyler Matthews up like he's a squared circle demolition derby.
Absolutely. Tyler Matthews must have a target on his back, beating, banging. He actually lost another position to the number 17.
Here comes Marks.
Zachary Marks.
This is going on for that spot. This is for the 5th position now. 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Marks pulls down to the inside. Zachary Marks, longtime follower here of Wake County Speedway. His father, Jerry Marks, used to be the flagman here at Wake County Speedway back in the early 2000s. And we're closing in on halfway.
Zachary Marks looking to the inside of the number 63 of Tyler Matthews. He's going to take it, move up to the 5th position.
He certainly will as they work their way back to turn number 3 now. It's Marks, it's Matthews, it's now Johnson. Winner back at the emotional race when we returned here a couple of weeks ago when his father, Jeff Johnson, passed away. Ethan Johnson won that emotional win. The next race got postponed. That's when the accident happened when the bomber car hit the wall and they postponed the rest of the races. Trouble. Hobbs goes around. Langdon goes around in turn 1. Problems at the Jones Sausage Road corner as Charlie Hansen calls him, and the yellow is out for the 3rd time. Another Denny's Grand Slam caution flag. And we're getting ready for the restart as they work out of turn 4. 23 of 60 laps completed. And we're back at it again. It's Clay Jones, the leader. Look at that choose cone. Zachary Marks took a big advantage of that as they work out of turn number 4.
It looks like it's going to pay off too. Zachary Marks going to tuck in the 2nd. However, the 51.5 of Corey Walker is not giving up on the inside of him, but they get stretched out, and that gamble paid off.
Made that gamble work, put him to the 2nd spot. Corey Walker falls back to 3rd. We've got now Ethan Johnson, Michael O'Brien. They're battling side by side to get in the top 5 and 1.
Michael O'Brien putting on an impressive race. He was almost up to 3rd until the caution came out, lost the spot. Started 3rd, but the number 17, Zachary Marks, able to capitalize and put him back into the 4th position.
A couple of drivers starting to make a climb back into the top 5 as well. We'll keep an eye on there, Chaz. Is going to be the driver of the 85 of Mason Ford, grandson to Charlie Stevenson and Thomas Burbage. And that number 9, who were caught up in that accident a few moments ago in turn 1. They're starting to make a climb as they work off 2.
Speaking of people involved in that accident, number 78 of Todd Langdon pulls off under his own power. He's parked at the trailer. We now have 8 cars out on track.
And this is probably the moment of the race now here in this LeafCars.com late model feature where things kind of need to settle down a little bit, if you will, Chaz. We're working now halfway, maybe a little too aggressive in the first start of this wreck. The race is with this race with cautions. Now we're closing it on halfway. 30 down, 30 to go. Save your equipment, run your line, get to about 10 laps remaining, and then get to lap 50 and race for the win.
Yeah, like you said, down half the field. Started with 17, down to 9. We'll see what the rest of this does as we're halfway. Hunter Alexander showing that halfway mark last lap. Clay Jones starting to pull away. He's through 2. As Zachary Marks and the number 51.5 of Corey Walker still battering for that 2nd position.
Certainly are as they work their way off of turn number 4. 32 of 60 laps now. The late model feature underway. Look at now Mason Ford. He's battling Corey Walker, who at one time was battling for the win. He's now mired all the way back in 6th. Tires going away, car tightening up on handling, whatever's happening. He falls back. Meanwhile, Michael O'Brien gets by Zachary Marks for 2nd off 3.
Michael O'Brien not having too many starts in these late model stocks. able to fight his way up to the second position. Looked really stout. That car's locked in, locked down. We'll see if he can hunt down Clay Jones, maybe go for his first late model stock win.
What a drive for the man of the number 15 machine out of Goldsboro, the number 61 out of Goldsboro. Also, it's the Goldsboro connection, 1 and 2. Clay Jones, Michael O'Brien. Michael O'Brien now, first time this year in the late model. That might be a Charger car, actually, making this late model start. They do that a lot. Zachary Marks in third. That's the way it stands as we close in on lap 36.
Absolutely. Clay Jones leading the way coming out of turn 4. It looks like he has just about a quarter track lead over your second place and third place runners. Number 61 in second place. That's Michael O'Brien. The number 17 of Zachary Marks. In fourth, the 51 of Ethan Johnson. And in fifth, that beautiful red number 85 of Mason Ford.
Man, I'll tell you what, Chaz, there's so much history behind that number 85. That number, the quality lighting protection entry. Of course, his father is Brad Ford. The Ford family is a big family. The grandfather is Charlie Stevenson. And for the longest time, he was a champion and a winner here at Wake County Speedway in that number 85. It has not raced since they retired super late model racing here at Wake County Speedway when Charlie Stevenson ran that car. And now, as a late model, his grandson, Mason Ford, fourth generation driver in that family, now driving that car.
As we move our way back, the number 51.5, who was at one time leading this race, that's Corey Walker, has been shuffled back further and further. You have to wonder, did he use up the tires? Is something mechanically going wrong? He loses to the last position, currently the 9th position.
Yeah, Walker falling back, man. Whatever problem's going on there with that car, he is losing ground to everybody. 42 laps. And remember, I mentioned this is that green flag run. As you settle yourselves into the finish, we're probably about under 10 laps away from somebody hitting that go button. And somebody that's already hit the go button is Clay Jones, Chaz Fatable. The interval is now almost 2 seconds at the line.
Clay Jones being stout this season. He won the first race out, came in second that second race. Ethan Jones won it the last time they were here. Clay Jones, we'll see if he can take it back to victory lane tonight. But I don't think that number 61 of Michael O'Brien is going to give up.
45, closing in on 15 laps to go. Ironically, 45 laps on the board, and it's 10:45 Eastern time on your clock. So 15 is out in front of Clay Jones. Michael O'Brien of the number 2 spot. Zachary Marks sitting in third. And away they go off of turn number 4. Laps are winding down. And you got some guys right now saying, man, we need a caution. We're getting strung out too far here.
Absolutely. I know one of those is Mike O'Brien. He'd like to stack it back up. I know that he's found some speed in his car. He's keeping pace with Clay Jones, but Clay Jones was just able to get away from them as Michael O'Brien and Zachary Marks were doing battle for that second position. A few laps back, they just kind of strung out.
Coming up, race number 2 for the Legend cars, and then we close it out with the IndyCar Bombers. As we're working now, 12 laps to go here in the Bandit Towing 180. Looking, oh wow, up on the inside, Brandon Hobbs on the inside, on Burbage. Clear him, clear a path, give him room, and smoke's bellowing now from the back end of Holden Haddock's car. No correction, Ethan Johnson's car. Ethan Johnson's car. Heavy smoke coming from the back end of the car. He has not pitted yet. He'll go behind the wall. No caution and 10 to go, Chaz.
Absolutely. Clean move to the inside for the number 51 of Ethan Johnson. Pulls onto the infield unscathed. That'll allow our leader to continue to click off laps. Clay Jones still kind of pulling away from that 61 of Michael O'Brien. Unless they restack him, I don't know. Clay Jones could run away with it.
So first off, obviously, Chaz, we don't think it's an engine issue. Any fluid put down, nothing of that sort. So the race rolls on. That's whatever happened to the 51 of Ethan Johnson's car. Laps are winding down as now you have Corey Walker, who at one time was battling Clay Jones to stay in the lead. He now just got lapped by Clay Jones, who has the lead.
Absolutely. That 51.5 definitely having some issues on the second half of the race. Corey Walker just not able to find the pace, and Clay Jones able to put him one down.
Big lead, 5 laps to go. Next time by from Hunter Alexander. Hanson on the Capital Chevrolet flag stand. And that happens now off turn number 4. Big big margin now. The interval now opened up to 2.5 seconds there. As Michael O'Brien, 3 seconds now back, trying to catch Jones. Caution could put him back in business. I just don't think that's possible. The long green flag run has settled in, and it might go all the way to the finish. There's 4 remaining for the driver out of Goldsboro, Clay Jones in 3.
Clay Jones bringing it out of 3 into 4. Along the front stretch, he'll have 3 to go here as we click off to lap number 57. Clay Jones just super smooth. He enters high, cuts down through the exit of the turns, hitting all of his marks. Car's locked down. Looks good, super clean.
2 to go. 2 laps remaining. What a drive for that man right there. Here comes O'Brien trying to make a move now to close in, but he can't. White flag is out. Clay Jones final time in turn 1.
Absolutely. Clay Jones coming out of turn 2. He won the first race here at Wake County Speedway. He came in second. In the second race, he says, not again.
Yep,
I want to win it.
Off of turn number 4, double checkers await him at the flag stand. Second late model win of the year, and probably will give himself still the points lead after tonight as well.